Hello. Thank you for joining us. Today we have Miss Lady from Lady's Wicked Playground in Eastern Pennsylvania. And we're very honored to have her here today. I've known her for about a year, and we're going to have a little short conversation with her so that you can find a little bit out about her and about Lady's Wicked Playground. So, Ms. Lady, would you please tell us a little about yourself?
Well, I'm a lady, if you can't tell. No, kidding. No, let's see. I am probably one of the younger ones here, so I definitely have a lot of mentors out of the ladies of the Wicked Playground, but I am the owner. It started out with just me being here by myself, kind of doing the throw down thing on my own, and now it's turned into, I have a wonderful family of ladies who work with me. We're a club. We have over 1,500 members. We have workshops, we have classes, we have meet and greets, we have just a lot of stuff going on. So it's been a really busy past few years, a really fast growth, but a really awesome one at that.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Today we're going to talk more about you and what it's like to session with you. And I had the privilege, and it was a wonderful session. You're very good at what you do. But how would you describe your style of play? Sensual, sadistic, a combination?
I would like to say that I kind of have the best of both worlds. I love sensual. I love to make you feel good. I love to get you worked out because I love it. So I want to get you on the level that I'm on. And I want to bring you into my world, and I want you to come in on my journey. So I like to start slow. I like to start nice and sensual. I like to get things hot and ready to go. And then, of course, if you're enjoying yourself, I want to enjoy myself. So then I like to take it a little bit further, and I like to take it as far as you'll let me. So whether it's whips, knives, or just feathers, I'm all right with that too, but I kind of like it all. It's kind of sick how much I like it all.
There's nothing wrong with that. Somebody's watching this video. They're most likely interested in it anyway. So, what's the most interesting scene that you have played? That it stands out to you as something you really enjoyed, or...
It's crazy. I have a lot. My main fallback, I would say... Do you want group scenes? I mean, because I definitely have a lot of group scenes. Or do you want a one-on-one scene? Because we've had some crazy group scenes here. A lot of boys and a lot of mistresses running it and playing.
So which one stands out to you?
So, the other week, there was a day here. And it started with just one boy being here. And there was 2 or 3 mistresses running around. And so he was here for me. And he said, ma'am, I want to be tied up. And I just want you to leave me somewhere. So I said, all right. I don't got much to do today, so I'm going to do that. So I took him and I played with him and I got him all hot and ready. And he had no idea, but he said, I want to be tied up and I want to be left. Very well. You are in a house full of mistresses and you want to be tied up and left. Your choice. That mine. I'm only doing what you asked me to do. So I brought him right here, down here to my dungeon from upstairs. I tied him up. I tied a little rope right down here on his pretty little package. I put the rope up in his mouth and I told him, leave the rope there. And it better not be out of your mouth, no matter when I come back, whether it's 2 minutes or 2 hours. And then I blindfolded him. And I left him there. Needless to say, I forgot because I'm busy and I have folks in my place. And about a half hour later, I remembered I have a boy tied up downstairs. And I came down here and it was like 5 people surrounding him. It was 3 women and there was 2 boys just standing around waiting, kind of just antsy, waiting, not knowing what's going to go on. So then I came over to this boy and he was hot and bothered. And the women, the women were swooning around him. I have cougars here. Watch out, because we go after you. It's like a lioness. So at the end of the day, it ended up being like a 7-person scene. He had the time of his life. He couldn't stop thanking it at the end. It lasted probably almost 2 hours. It was just fucking amazing. Like, it just, once you get us going, we don't know where to stop sometimes. So that was about that. I'm not giving all the details away. You have to be here to see the rest.
Well, I've seen similar scenes to that here, and I definitely think that you've touched on the high points, and people should check it out to find out what's more out there. So you've been doing this for several years now. Why do you do it?
It's changed. You want honest truth, or do you want me to just tell you why I do it now?
Tell us how you progressed.
Honest truth. When I started, I didn't know that there was BDSM. I didn't know that there was such a thing called fetish. I just knew I was close to 30-year-old woman who was freaky in the bedroom, and I liked certain stuff, but I never knew I didn't know this certain stuff had a name. And I met the right person who was interested in my feet. And I thought, this is crazy. So we made an arrangement. From that arrangement, I started learning. I started getting into things. And it went from being arrangements to being something that I found, the more and more I learned, it went from foot fetish to flogging to paddling to power control to wax play to medical play to the need. Until after about a year or so into it, I finally started realizing the need that there was inside of me, that this was me. So I started understanding when I would have somebody come to me for a professional one-on-one and say, I love my spouse or I love my family, but I just have this need. I understand. And being a business owner, I understand even more that you have that need to let go. So now, why I do it and what I used to do it for, it's just two different things. Obviously, as a business owner, you want to be successful. So financials are involved in that. That's any business owner. However, I now open it up and I now do more than just one-on-ones, but I now feel even better about my one-on-ones and even better about not letting people think that it's prostitution and even better about not letting people think that it's illegal, because I know it's a need. Because it's a need inside of me that needs to be fulfilled. There will be days when I don't want to have a session and I got to pull it together because it's business and I got to do it. But the instant I get in and we start, after 45 minutes to an hour, the people don't understand how much they've helped me. And then I'm like, my God, I needed that just as much as they need it. So that's why I do it, because I hope that I can provide a need that somebody can't get somewhere else.
I think that's a very good answer, and I think that kind of describes most people that are into the scene. And, you know, we were ostracized for many years, you know, because people would think you were weird or something like that. But it's here lately, it's come around that, you know, it's more mainstream. And that's a good thing. And having a place like Ladies Wicked Playground is a good experience to come to. So besides, you know, having sessions here, and you mentioned some of the parties playing and stuff, what kind of events and things do you do at Ladies Wicked Playground?
Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. All right. So we have Wednesdays, we have open play parties, and it's open for couples. It's open for singles, for men and women. We love when women come in here, whether you want to learn, whether you want to watch, or whether you want to be one of the participants. You know, that's good. We have Saturday night events. And then we go from, we're trying to switch it from being a club to actually being a center. We want to be known as an adult lifestyle center. So it doesn't have to be fetish, BDSM. It could be LGBTQ. It could be the poly lifestyle. There's just so much that's adult lifestyle. So we now also have an LLC formed called MindSage, and they're a group of professionals, 3 doctors, counselor, psychiatrists, who have come together to do counseling and support groups for people who are in lifestyles. And you can't go to a marriage counselor being in the adult lifestyle who's in a vanilla world. They may never understand. So we have that now. And then we have workshops and classes to show you how to use implements. Or it goes along with the swingers things too, because we have people come here and they don't understand fetish, or they think it's just beating. And then we have classes that are for couples to kind of help work things out with each other. I mean, we have so much going on. And then we don't just keep it here at LWP. We travel. We do functions. We do conventions, whether it's 200 to 300 people for the convention, or going all the way to Exotica and traveling with them and being their dungeon and doing their classes, and they get 15 to 20,000 people a day. Like it's grown, and it's grown from more than just one-on-ones and money making to a full awareness center. Can I tell you a funny story? Not a funny story, but I'm in Philadelphia at my second place that we had at one point in time, and my wife, I'm married, my wife and I are out, and it's about 12 o'clock at night, and I'm getting ready to go, because I don't always wear leather and latex. I was wearing a nice little dress and heels and getting ready to go out to the bar, because I like to have fun too sometimes. And I get a phone call at midnight, because one of my wonderful members was doing self-play, and they locked themselves in cuffs and couldn't get them out. And as funny as that is, yeah, you called me. I'm 2 hours away from you now. When I got off the phone, it made me feel good to know that somebody thought to call me. Somebody thought to call LWP. They know that they have nobody else to call, and when they were in time of need, they called. And I got somebody to go to their house an hour away. I called and made arrangements at midnight for somebody to go and help them get themselves out of the situation. But that was just a point in life where it just was a changing thing, and it made me feel good.
That's a very good story and funny. Which, okay, I'll hit on that subject a little more. We all know that things don't always go right in a scene. Instruments break, things happen. What, in your opinion, what's the funniest thing that's ever happened to you during a session?
Oh my God, you really want me to put this on video? All right, so I had just got this place, been here for a few months. I got it set up, and to the person who is in my life still today, if you watch this video, I love you, and I'm so sorry that I'm about to tell this story. So I had him tied up to a chair like this in the room. You know, he's fully tied up, all limbs, everything's tied, and we're good to go, and we're getting ready, and next thing you know, I see something on the floor out of my peripheral vision, and I have his eyes on me, so I look over, and fuck my life, it's a bat on the floor crawling like 2 feet away where I had this guy, and I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? There's a fucking bat crawling on the floor, right? So the guy's like, well, you can untie me first. And I'm like, yeah. So, needless to say, it's because I was sessioning in a room where the attic door is, and of course the AC was on, it was summer. And he had come out underneath, crawling into the air. So I threw a basket on it, threw my robe on it, and then put a trash can that was full of stuff on it so it wouldn't come out, because I'm like, I don't know what to do. I ended up having to leave him out. I got him out because I didn't want to kill him after my session was finished. But I will never forget that time, and he will never forget that time. And thank God he's a friend, and it wasn't my first time with him, because it probably would have been the last time. I promise there's no more bats. So don't keep that from having you come here.
That's definitely a funny story, and you know, we've all had situations like that happen, and you know, but this first time I've ever heard of it being a bat.
Yeah, right? No implements broken on this one. There was actually something in the room. Yeah.
So we need to wrap this up, and you know, it's been a good conversation. We've learned a lot about you, a lot about Ladies Wicked Playground. In closing, is there anything you want to tell somebody that's watching this video?
Everybody has to start somewhere. Everybody has to start somewhere. You work hard. You're an adult. You deserve to learn and live life and make choices on your own learnings, not on what people's thoughts and ideas are of what things are. So find out for yourself. Because it doesn't always have to be extreme hardcore. It doesn't always have to be extreme putting people down. The lifestyle is really a really beautiful thing. There's a lot of honesty, a lot of openness, a lot of learning. Learn. Don't take other people's word for it. Learn for yourself.
Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.